It's time for another tale from the glass-guarded world. Ashley plays Tara Dane, the human fighter. Josh is Zartok, the tiefling wizard. And Gaston, the rogue and bard. Jessica is Coral Petrichord, the Genasi druid. Mama Sass, the half-orc bard and barbarian. And Symphonia, the summoned Pegasus. Chris plays Aster Fortuna, the half-drow rogue and bard extraordinaire. The Glass Guardians were split up on 2 different ships, but now they've reunited on the Moonstone. Now the plan is to make contact with Lavarian, feel out his intentions, and possibly help his army defeat the Neogi. But before we do that, Zartok had to pray to Coral for his spells, and it worked! Nothing can stop the Glass Guardians if one of us is a god, right?
Zartok's like, oh my gosh, we might pull this off.
I like that you didn't believe that until now.
Well, I mean, it's hard to have faith until you see the first miracle. You see the first miracle and you're good to go.
Now remember that you can cast cantrips and first level spells without praying. The next morning, Zartok has his spell. Are you going to send that message to Lavarian?
Yes.
So you send your spell to Lavarian. Hello, we are the Glass Guardians. The Neogi hate us and we hate them. We would like to meet and discuss a mutually beneficial alliance. And you almost immediately get back a message that says, hello, you've reached Lavarian's answering service.
Oh my god.
Leading an army is hard work. Your message will be passed along.
Oh boy, what spell is it that has an answering machine? That's really neat. I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah, did it come back in his voice or like?
No, it actually came back in a different person's voice, a woman's voice.
Oh, that's really neat. Hey guys, I think our phone call got screened.
And I assume you're going to have breakfast and do the other things you would usually do in the morning. And a short time later, maybe an hour later, you get another message in this woman's voice, and it says, hello, Glass Guardians. Please join us on Laravella.
Neat. All right. They accepted.
Okay. We can go. We're expected. Could it be a trap? Who knows? But why would he trap us? It wouldn't make any sense.
Really, he doesn't hate us as much as, I mean, maybe. I don't
Probably.
I don't know.
You don't know. He might hate us a lot. We rub on people bad sometimes.
We really just got him a wand. That's all we did.
Yeah, see, we're friends.
And then he created a lot of destruction and left. So, I don't see a reason to interpret this as a dangerous move for us. But, I'll still be on guard because my last experience with him wasn't that great.
Probably a good call.
Yeah.
So Tara says over some avocado toast or whatever. I don't know.
Is that what you
Oh my gosh.
Crab cake Benedict. I don't know.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
After breakfast, you load up the ship. I guess, is Coral going with, or is Coral...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Coral rejoined for breakfast and then stuck around because presumably we'd be doing something at some point.
Okay. So the ship lifts off. You descend toward the world below. As you do, you can see that over the area around Laravella, there are thick gray clouds, and occasionally you see lightning flashes in the clouds. You pass through them, the clouds that is, and quickly realize that some of those lightning flashes are spells. There's a battle going on below. 2 spelljammers, one looking like a small spider, and the other a sailing ship, are circling hundreds of feet over the southwest coast of Laravella, throwing boulders down at camps on the ground below. Small figures flit around the spelljammers, throwing spells at them, as crew on the ships fire arrows and ballista bolts at the figures. As your ships appear from the clouds, you are taking both of them, right?
Yes.
As your ships appear from the clouds, the battle suddenly changes. Crew members stop manning the weapons and they run for the rigging, as the ships flee to the northeast toward Artelaravella. The flying figures celebrate, and one of them flies toward your ship. What do you want to do?
We'll greet them on the deck.
All right. This figure is an elf, probably a sorcerer, and she hovers next to the deck of Corellin's Needle. Who's on the deck, do you think?
Tara, certainly.
All right, Tara, maybe Mama Sass.
Mama Sass is definitely up there.
Gaston is out there.
Yeah, I think Aster is with the horse. Where's the horse usually at? In the hold?
In the hold, or you could even have it flying once you enter the atmosphere.
Okay, could I be on the horse flying around?
Sure.
It's too cool. Not allowed.
Coral's up there, but she has cast Alter Self on herself and looks like a motherly human.
Oh, okay. Interesting. This elf woman looks over your ship carefully, and she says, "Have you come to join the Grand Alliance? It looks like the Addercops don't like you. I hope you're friends and not foes."
Yes, hello. We are the Glass Guardians, and we've
you're
come
the Glass
to meet.
Guardians.
Yes. Are you the one who answered our Cindy?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Estelle. That's me. Yes.
Hello, Estelle. I'm Tara Dane.
Oh, okay. Well, wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for. I guess you frightened off those spelljammers. They certainly seem not to like you.
We have that effect on people.
Yes.
Well, that's somewhat worrying. Well, it's wonderful to have you here, assuming you don't try to frighten us away.
No, we've had just many fights with the Neogi in different areas of the world, and I guess they recognize us at this point.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm Estelle Zilkin. I'm part of the Arcane Army. It's a group of spellcasters organized by Lavarian. We're supposed to deal with this constant harassment by these spelljammers. I think I'd better guide you down to a safe place to land. There's a field near the main camp.
Thank you, Estelle.
On the way down, she explains that their wizards have put up walls of force over the most important areas of the camp, so the spelljammers can't really do much more than annoy the army and force it to use up some valuable spells. They can't really do much damage dropping things onto the camps. But she wants to know more about who the Glass Guardians are and why you want to join the Grand Alliance. What you know about it, where are you from, and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, wow, she's very nosy.
So who are you? Who are the Glass Guardians? I've heard something about you before.
Oh, well, we are just a group who, we have this spelljammer, and it seems most people feel that spelljammers are the Neogi. So, we had to make a positive name for ourselves, and so we've done that. And the Neogi haven't taken well to our efforts to help people, and so we did know that Lavarian was fighting them, so we thought we would join that. We have previously met Lavarian, of course, in Benorthen, when he asked us for a wand of frost.
You what? Really?
Yes?
That's not how well, really?
Yes, we retrieved it for him.
That's you.
Yes, that's us.
Fascinating.
Well, I'm sorry. How did you hear it?
Well, I mean, I didn't really hear any details. He got this wand. Well, I imagine he'll want to see you immediately. So I guess you should follow me. And so she floats downward. She leads you past, very carefully, you can tell she's following a deliberate path. She leads you past what you imagine must be some of these invisible walls of force into a large open field. And it begins to rain lightly as you come to this large open field. Apparently the field has been used for drills and for grazing horses. The military camp around the area, you're descending in your ship, you can see the camp sort of extends all along the coast in both directions, north and south, and just as far as you can see. It has incorporated the ruins of some old settlement. Near the landing area, there's a tower of white stone that still reaches 4 stories into the sky before breaking off at the top as though a giant had kicked it. Zartok, you recognize that tower. This was a prefecture seat for this district, and that was a clock tower. Mm-hmm. You had a home a few miles to the south of here by the coast at one point.
So, Estelle, do you know Lavarian's, his goal here? Is it to take back Laravella? Is this somewhere you are planning to live?
Oh, well, yes, not here specifically, but yes, we're going to take back All of us. We're all going to take back Arta Laravella. We're going to kick out the Nyogi. We're going to reestablish the Empire of Reged. And we're going to appoint a new emperor.
What's the Empire of Reged?
What's the Empire of Reged? She looks around at the rest of the crew. Is this a test?
It's fine. It was where the elves lived way back. That was their kingdom. This was their kingdom.
Oh, sorry, I'm not a big history buff.
Oh, well, that's all right. Well, if you'll disembark, the high camp is this way.
Okay, well, Tara's going to disembark. I don't know who. I imagine some people might want to stay with our ship.
Yeah, this is important. Who wants to go and who wants to stay?
To meet with Laverian or just to...
To meet, that's right.
Oh, I'm definitely going to go.
Mama Sass is going to stay. Coral is going to go.
Okay.
Does this mean I can't... is it into a structure?
You don't know.
Well, then I'm going to disregard propriety and hospitality, and I'm going to mount my horse.
Okay.
Does the elf say anything?
Nope.
Okay.
She's floating above the ground. She's still got a fly spell on.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to be hovering with Sylphonia.
Is Zartok going?
Yeah, why wouldn't Zartok go?
I don't know. Maybe Zartok has grumpy feelings about this. I don't know. So Zartok, Coral, Tara, and Aster. Anybody else?
Are we trying to only bring a normal one character per player, or can we bring more for metagamey reasons in case it's get out of hand and we have more people?
If you want to bring others, that's fine. Just means there are fewer people at the ship.
Yeah, I kept Mama Sass at the ship because I'm worried about them doing something to the ships.
Okay.
I suggest Gaston stay at the ship.
That's fine. We can leave gas in there.
I could stay too if the group feels like.
No way. You gotta. The narrative is shifting to the other area. You gotta have a character there.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Estelle leads you toward a hill to the east where a wooden palisade has been erected on the ruins of an old fort. The ground slopes upward as you approach the hill, and you see there are more camps and more small forts in every direction. And if you're in Foundry, is everyone in Foundry?
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, hang on.
I am not.
Go over to Discord and open the link.
Whoa, there's a lot happening here.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Oh, I forgot to put Estelle on the map. Well, that's okay.
Ruining my immersion with no Estelle. How dare.
Okay, well, okay, you're just going to have to imagine Estelle for the moment.
Wow. This looks cool, Mike.
Oh boy.
This is a big map.
This isn't good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like this. There's a big map. That's not good.
Do we have a Pegasus mini?
Oh, you do, yeah.
So many bad guys.
That's so cool.
So many bad guys. Dragon, bad guy, giant, bad guy. Bad guy.
This doesn't have to be a combat situation just because there is a map. You
are correct, but also
not fight anyone.
It's
that's
sus.
a thing that could happen.
It's totally sus to the max.
Why would he just attack us? Wouldn't he want our help to defeat the Nyogi?
The bad guys are outlined in red. I don't know what that means, but it seems bad.
What? Are they?
If you hover over them.
Oh, I think that's any NPCs.
No, I'm sure that's correct, but it's just funny to me.
Sure.
Yes, that's what it is. Any kind of NPC, if you hover over them, they'll immediately be outlined in red. And when I select them, or when I select you, they're outlined in orange.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
Yeah.
Still.
Actually, the unicorn is the Pegasus is
It's
outlined
red,
in red.
yeah.
So we're in deep
I
trouble
noticed that
now.
once he put Sylphonia in there. It's fine. We're all fine.
You're all fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, we're going to be great.
Tents with bright banners flapping in the wind are visible above the wooden walls. As the rain picks up, you begin to notice some strange, transparent rectangles hovering in the sky above several of these camps. Rain runs off of them, and you realize that these must be the walls of force that Estelle mentioned. These spells eventually expire, causing rain to suddenly fall heavily into the previously dry camps below. 2 wooden watchtowers guard the entrance to the high camp, each manned by elven warriors. More ominously, a frost giant, as tall as the towers themselves, stands just inside the camp. He looks bored. Guess for the commander, Estelle shouts to the elves on the walls. They nod, and she strolls past. And I will move you as you follow her.
These frost giants, the way they look, this is how I want to be.
They
This
look
whole
awesome.
aesthetic is so cool.
You want to wear skull helmets and
I
have
wanna wear a
blue
skull
hair?
helmet and
skull
horns.
helmet, big axe, big sword.
And take up 9 squares.
I know, you look so cool.
She leads you past the blacksmith's tent, where an elven smith is crafting weaponry that looks unnecessarily decorative and beautiful.
Sure.
An enormous white dragon turns to look at you as you pass, momentarily pausing its lunch of an entire cow. Behind it is the frost giant that Tara saw in Ronkthrek. You continue through the camp mud, sometimes overlain with wooden boards, and up the hill to an inner fortification built on the old fort's citadel. Elves, humans, and dwarves, but mostly elves, look up from their duties as you walk by. So you come around a line of tents to the command area, which is guarded by 2 heavily armored humans and a frost giant. A large tent with the front thrown wide open dominates the space. Several people mill about inside. One is tidying up, while another copies scrolls. A man dressed in black leather from head to toe sits in a folding chair reading, while a wizard sits on a bench reading from his spellbook. A smaller tent near the entrance has a table covered in maps. A familiar figure leans over this table, flipping between maps, examining each carefully, grinning happily. It is Lavarian.
Da da da.
And I have some art.
Ooh.
Some new art
Oh my goodness.
from Ignacio Corva.
From
How long
Ignacio.
have you had this?
I have had this for like a year.
Wow.
Wow, is that
Something like that.
Lavarian?
That's Lavarian.
Whoa.
Flaunting that ice wand, isn't he?
Looks like a dagger.
That's so cool. With
Wow.
the giants in the background.
Yeah.
Real punchable face.
For sure.
That's funny.
That should be the episode title. A real punchable, face.
I'll vote for that
That's
now.
a great title.
Did you give that description to Ignacio too?
I did not give him that as part of the description, but I should have.
I think his face is punchable from our perspective, but I don't. If you weren't coming from us, I don't think punchable would be.
I would
Yeah,
agree.
he's punchable to us, but I don't
His
think his
nose
face is
is up
punchable.
in the air. Like,
He does seem very conceited.
He's
Yes.
he's confident and in control, and there's giant frost giants doing his bidding in
no,
the
there's
background.
a difference. There's a difference between confident and cocky.
Arrogant.
And arrogant. He is arrogant.
He
don't
looks
know.
up at Estelle. Hey, what's up? I'm like, really busy, but good job driving off those ships, huh? I think those losers will figure out soon that they're not going to be able to stop us. Question is what they'll do next. Yeah, I'll have to be smarter. Oh, hey, you brought some dudes with you. Hey, what's up, people?
I hate him so much.
Seriously.
So punchable, that face.
So he's dressed in his usual silver and white robes. He has in his hand at all times this wand, which seems to just be shedding a white mist from it.
It's pretty cool. Now he doesn't have to wear like a glove to hold it, or is he
No,
just
he's
like
just
so
holding it.
cool? Man, what an awesome dude!
He looks over the party for a moment, and then he says, "Wait a second! Holy cow, it's you dudes! Hey! Wow, welcome to the camp, man! Wow, so it's like this lady! Oh, that's so cool!" And he walks over and tries to give Tara a hug.
Oh,
Oh, Tara's not a hugger.
even under
Oh.
good circumstances.
Tara awkwardly changes it into like a fist grasp kind of situation.
Okay, he's, oh, cool, okay, personal space, that's cool. Yeah, I get it, man. All right, and you brought Devil Dude with you. Okay.
Wow.
Cool, hey, Devil Dude. And look at this guy, I thought he was gone. It's Tryhard Guy. All right, man, why don't you lay some of those cool grooves on me? Come on, let's see if you've gotten any better.
Wait, you want me to do a performance right now?
Oh, you were trying to be like all cool, like, you know, hey, I'm hip-hop, cool Aster guy, you know?
Well, I am riding a Pegasus. That's kind of cool, right? Just a little bit.
Honestly, it's still a little try hard, but you know what? It fits you, man. It fits you. It's very cool. I think you look great. I wouldn't change a thing. You got that. I got a tattoo on your face. You know what? I take that back. Tattoos are cool. You're just plain cool now, man. You're just cool.
Great. Now, with the performance thing, I just don't know. I might drive you to tears, Laverian.
My drow brother, we'll get to that, man. You can play a song for me soon. It's cool. I thought you were gone, though. Did you bring back the guy in armor, too? Where's the big guy with armor?
He's on vacation.
What about the halfling with the scary look in her eye, you know? The little one? The
Twitchy look.
I don't see her around. Who's the cool kid with the fishy outfit? He offers Coral a fist bump.
Coral gives a fist bump.
Wow. Cool,
All
cool,
right. He does a little explosion thing.
He just prestidigitation.
No, he does like the.
No, he just did fist bump followed by the hand explosion, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Spending too much time in a fantasy world.
All right, she's cool. She's cool. All right.
You have an impeccable memory of us.
Well, okay. Is that bad?
I'm just surprised with all that you have going on. And she kind of motions to like all the camp tents and like army things going on.
I'm busy. That doesn't mean I forget things, you know. I mean, I just can't pay attention to everything going on in the world. But you know, I do have a lot going on here. So, wow, what brings you people here?
Oh well, we heard that you're defeating the Neogi or driving them out of Arda Laravella. I don't know fully what your goal is, but that's what we wanted to come talk to you about because we find that we have a mutual dislike of the Neogi.
Right on, man. Yeah, they're terrible. If you want to help me get rid of them, that would be, oh man, that's so cool. That would be like, wow. You know, like wow? Like wow.
Yes.
So like, was that you and that Spelljammer up there, those ships?
So that was us, yes. But, well, so since you have such a good memory of us, I do have to say, the last time we helped you, it wasn't that beneficial for us.
What do you mean, man? Now I've got the wand and I'm saving the world. It's good for everybody.
We asked you to use the wand in a different manner to save the world.
Oh, I'm going to use it in lots of different ways. But, you know, part of that is kicking the Neogi off the world. Gotta get rid of them, man. I gotta get rid of them, and then I'm gonna put the band back together, you know? Like the Elven Empire and everything. And I'll be like totally the best at running the place. I've been working on this a really long time, you know? A really, really long time.
Could I roll an insight check on this guy and see how genuine he seems?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Can I use my passive, or do I have to use my...
It's up to you. You could roll and then default to your passive.
Okay.
I would like to do the same, even though I don't think I'll be good at it.
Okay.
That's a 23.
23.
I got a 3.
I'm going to default to my passive, which is a 22.
Okay. So, what did Tara get again?
It was a 3, so my passive is 11.
All right. Ashley, Tara is suspicious that, and he has, you think he's up to something. But Coral and Astor, he seems 100% convinced in everything that he's saying.
Wow, this guy is
Like
conceited.
Is actually going to try really hard to, put the Empire back together and everything and work.
Yep.
Okay.
He thinks it's going to be great.
Yeah, he thinks he could do it.
Yes.
Whether or not he could actually do it is a different question.
And whether it would be a good thing or not is a different
Yeah.
question, right? But he thinks he's got what it takes to make this work, and that it would be, from his perspective, a good thing.
Okay.
Can I whisper to Tara?
Of course.
I'm just going to, whisper in her ear. Are we going to ask the thing, or should we just let that die for now? You know what thing I'm talking about.
Tara shakes her head because she does not know what thing he is talking about.
Giants and bears and stuff. No? The fact that he, did things to you and the crew? Nothing?
So, meanwhile, he goes up to Zartok and says, Devilman, you're a wizard, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Who you praying to? We all gotta choose, apparently. You praying to the new lady, or you praying to the old one?
Well, the right thing to do would be to pray to the new one.
Oh, why's that?
Well, because, I happen to know her very well, and I think she's going to be good at it.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Coral blushes.
Oh, man. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad about her, but, I've been with the old lady for a while now, And, yeah, she seems... Well, she's always been cool for me, But I don't really got anything against the new lady. I just... Seems kind of redundant, but... I don't know. Anyway, this whole thing's kind of frustrating, though. Am I right? Like, we gotta pray for these spells?
Yeah,
I didn't sign up to be a cleric, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I totally get where you're coming from.
This guy gets it.
Yeah.
This guy gets it, right?
I get where you're coming from. But the purpose is to make it so that we can keep using spells without heating up the planet. So in the end, it'll be good.
Yes, that thing that we were going to use the wand for is what we're accomplishing by praying for spells now.
So you don't even need, the wand for that anymore, huh?
I guess not. Yeah, I mean, I think we're straight. Yeah.
Well, we're not. I would still say that we are owed for getting you the wand. And I would say we'd be owed for helping with the Nyogi, but, I've come because we still think we could negotiate some terms because, again, we also want to get rid of the Nyogi.
Oh, right on. Well, there's going to be a new order. When the Yogi are gone, and maybe you could be part of that, You seem like the noble type, maybe you could be a duchess or something. I don't know how these title stuff, I don't want to get too stuffy with this sort of thing, But you seem like you could be a cool, noble person.
I would say that I am a cool, noble person. Lavarian,
yeah.
You said you've been planning this for a really long time?
Yeah.
What? Did you used to live here? Or, I know you're an elf. Or...
Yeah, I used to live here. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What was your position before?
Hey, come on in my tent. We'll talk inside. It's raining. Let's go inside.
Sure, that would be a delight.
So he leads you in the tent where these other people are gathered around. And he says, hey, everybody, these are the Glass Guardians. You may have heard of them. Apparently, it's these guys. Yeah, I heard they were coming to visit, and I didn't know that these guys are the Glass Guardians, but apparently these guys are the Glass Guardians. You've heard about them? And everybody sort of nods, and they look a little surprised. Yeah, so it's like these guys, and I know them. I know some of them. I especially know her. She's cool. And we're gonna, go kick the Nyogi around together, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, you guys are cool. You're wicked. All right, man. So, you want to work out terms or something? When you say terms, you want pay? What are we talking about here?
Well, we want to make sure that our goals are in line. I don't want to help you for you to become the new Nyogi, right? I want to understand
no way,
that...
man. No more slavery. No way. Not in the Empire. Not when I'm in charge.
I'm glad we can
Is that true?
agree on those terms.
I'll roll over your previous checks. He's 100% sincere in that.
Okay.
No more slavery. I mean, we're going to have, an emperor. Me, of course. And we're going to have, nobles and, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to make sure that everything runs the way it's supposed to. But, no, we're not going to have slaves. And we're not going to have Nyogi. And we're not going to have people getting kidnapped and forced to do stuff. We're not doing any of that stuff anymore.
So I guess I just have a question because I was...
Hey, the horse stays outside, man.
Oh, I can't, and I'm not in the tent, only the head of my horse, and I'm, slightly in. I'm are you guys, you sure?
Yeah,
it's
horse
raining.
stays outside, man. Sorry. You can take her to that other tent where the maps are and keep her dry in there,
All right.
I'd rather stay close to you, Asta. Just get a little wet. It's not a big deal.
Right outside the tent. Are you okay? Are you sure?
Oh, I'm fine, Asta. I like being around you. Little rain's not going to stop me.
He leans over to Zartok and says, hey, it's a summon Pegasus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to say that. It's cool.
Yeah, I know. It's totally been weird.
Jesus. He's coming.
So, Lavarian, I was present in one of your, I would say, you had a frost giant working to recruit folks for your army.
Yeah, we got they brought some orcs.
Yeah,
Not enough of them, though. I'm not real happy about it.
They were rather let's see, a course to those who weren't volunteering. Something about like, oh, we'll come back after we defeat the Neogi. So, was that frost giant just making false threats, or is that an intent for you?
Well, the frost giants, they're a little rough around the edges, and I don't always seem to be able to get my messaging through to them, Yeah, I don't know exactly what they said, but, on the other hand, the Empire might expand at some point. Although, I guess, where was it that you saw the guy?
Ronkthruk.
Oh, no. That's a bit far away. That's a bit far away for the Empire to reach. At least, not anytime soon. Yeah, I think Ronkthruk's probably a little bit beyond our reach.
I would like to insight this also. I don't know if I need to use my same roll, even though I was bad at it, or...
Make a new one.
Okay. Oh, we're still going with that passive of 11.
Yeah.
11. All right. It's hard to read him. It seems like maybe he's telling you parts that might be true and parts that might be leaving stuff out. Or maybe everything he's saying is true. It's a little hard to read exactly what he's saying.
So you say you have not a great control of the frost giant? Is that what I'm to understand?
Not great control of what they say. Yeah, they're not real good at subtle messaging. But when I'm trying to hire orcs, it helps to show them someone really tough and strong if you want the best orc warriors. So that's what I'm going with here.
Because when you left us in Benorthen, you left me with an unfriendly frost giant.
Very good.
What'd they do?
They attempted to do to us what we did to them.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that. But you took them though, right? I mean, I kind of knew you could if it came down to it. I wasn't really worried about it. I mean, you went through that whole wizard complex, I wasn't really worried about you. But I'm sorry you had to deal with that. That's not cool.
So what exactly was your intent with leaving us with those frost giants? And I believe it was a Yeti?
I didn't really think about it, to be honest. I just figured that, they'd disappear once the spell wears off, and, that'd be the end of that.
Insight check, please.
Okay.
Is that true?
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, Tara's also confused. She's, looking at Coral and asked her, what?
19.
19, and what about Aster?
I did a 12 plus, just looking what my insight is, 12, 24.
To all of you, he appears genuinely contrite, and he appears to be a little upset that he left the frost giant and that bear there and that they caused harm. He really seems like he just didn't think through the consequences.
What?
And he feels bad about it. He says, wow, lesson learned, man.
You guys had good rolls? Is that
Yes.
what I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
those
Yeah.
were good.
Okay.
Aster's mouth is going to drop.
Lavarian, what kind of leadership experience do you have?
Wow, this feels like an interview, man. I'm supposed to be interviewing you,
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I could tell you my experience, too.
Okay, I'll go first. I used to lead a group. I had my own, adventuring group, a long time ago. And we used to travel the world. We're talking, long time ago, But we used to travel the world and go on crazy adventures. Man, the stories I could tell you. I led that group, and then that group kind of just, died off the way these things do eventually. And then I was dealing with all the world overheating, and I had my wand, And I thought, well, what the right thing to do is, what a good leader would do is they'd give up some power to try to help the world. So I gave my wand to those wizard researchers, and I went back to sort of wandering around the world and going on crazy adventures, more solo-like. But, the wizards, how that turned out. They didn't do anything useful with that wand. I thought maybe they'd help. But then by the time I went back, the place was scary. And then, I found out about that prophecy thing. And it turned out to be not as precise as I'd hoped. But eventually, met up with you. And you got my wand. And, yeah, I've just been, organizing different groups of people, sowing seeds, planning for things to come together. And now they're totally coming together, right? Look around you, man.
Yeah, I'm incredibly impressed by the whole setup you have, the shields you have up top, and
Yeah.
the amount of people. It's
it's about delegation. You know, you got to learn to delegate the jobs to the people who are best at them. Like, yeah, I could cast a whole bunch of walls of force, but, you know, it's good to leave that up to other people and let them figure out the best way to do it. You can't make all the decisions yourself. You got to leave a lot of that stuff up to other people. And then I try to focus on the big picture and make sure I have the right people in place.
Oh, and Estelle seems wonderful.
Oh, yeah, she's cool. Hey, Estelle, talking about you. He shouts, and you can hear outside the tent. You hear, oh, okay, good, I hope. Yeah, it's cool. They like you. Okay.
Hey, Estelle, when we told her that we were the people that did the whole wand thing, or at least Tara, she sounded like that's not how the story was being told.
Yeah, she didn't know all of that.
Oh, okay. Not that he told a different story, just that she might have not known the full story.
Yeah, he didn't. You get the sense that he didn't tell her a lot of the story there.
I
Gotcha.
got the wand, period.
Yes.
But he had it before in the story.
I mean, he did get the wand, just, you know.
It was returned to him. Okay, so the vibe I'm getting, I guess, is that he has somehow been able to cobble together an army, and that he's kind of just us, like, you know, like shockingly good at leading, even though I don't know that he's like the best leader of the whole world.
So you wanted to tell me about your leadership too, right? So like, you've been leading this group, right?
Oh yeah, so yeah,
Are you the leader of the group? You're the official person in charge, the big cheese.
Yes, that's me. And, you know, I went to school, learned to be a fighter, went to a leadership academy. And, yeah, it's been great.
And Tara, you get a message from your circlet, and it says, he's a leader, but I don't trust him.
Ooh. Oh, my circlet has a lot of insight.
Okay, so you sort of go silent when you hear that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Just, you know, I just got some distracting noises in my head, just like Coral. It's fine.
It's a lot worse for poor Coral.
Ugh, so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what would you say is the most important quality for a leader?
Ooh. I think that listening is an incredibly important quality for a leader.
Okay, that's interesting. I was gonna say cool outfit, you know, but you know what? I think you got a good point. No, I'm just playing with it. No, you're right. You're right. You got to listen to people because they, as a group, know more than you do all by yourself. So you got to listen. Absolutely. Right on. I like the way this interview's going. So, like, you want a job?
How would the Glass Guardians be able to help in the fight against the Neogi?
Well, that's a great question. And we'll answer it next time.
Nice. One second, I have to let these guys outside to potty.
Okay.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, that's the I need to go out bark.
It's
Oh my
time.
gosh.
Now. We have made friends with a neighborhood cat named Tweeters.
Aw,
And she follows us on our walks around the neighborhood now.
that's so cute.
When we walk the dog, she's usually waiting by the front door, and she
That's really
follows.
cute.
She follows us on our walk
That's...
and hangs around with us, rubs on the dog, squeaks at us. Her name is Tweeters. A neighbor gave her that name because she has the just incredibly squeaky. She doesn't really meow. She just kind of goes squeak. But she's very cute. A little stray, trap and release cat. She's got one snipped ear.
Friendly cats are just the best. I mean, they're really not common. You know?
Cats have an extreme variation in personality.
Yeah, they
right?
do.
And a super friendly cat is a wonderful thing. Sometimes you just get kind of a dud.
If it's an outdoor cat, I'd much rather it not be friendly to me because then I feel bad and I want to take it home.
Yeah. Well, I've tried getting this one to come inside and she really doesn't want to.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we do have 3 other cats. So,
Oh,
although
yeah.
one of them wants so bad to be her friend, so badly to be her friend, he sits at the door. Like I'll open the door a crack when I feed this outdoor cat sometimes, And he'll look out the door and like roll and stretch his paws out toward her, like, please, can I please be your friend, please? And she just hisses at him.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
That's adorable.
It's okay. Eventually, he will wear her down because this cat is extremely sweet, and in the long run, no one can hate him.
Ooh, I get a free VPN. I don't know. Microsoft Edge says I can get a free VPN.
Well, that's cool. Go for it. Let's pause the podcast and you can get a free VPN.
I want to read Lavarian's leadership book, like business leadership book. I think it would be so great.
Yeah.
It's
The Michael
one,
Scott
dress
Somehow
nice.
I Lead book, I think is what it was called.
Esther kind of likes it.
he's I think he's pretty good. He's like a tech startup guy. You know, he's
Oh, everybody loves
A
them.
lot of charisma, and maybe that's about it.
He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job.
I mean, but he's gotten a whole lot more people than us.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, got impressed.
Well,
I mean, it helps when you can literally summon an army with a wand.
yeah, that
Yeah.
helps a lot.
But
Fair. But I think as a group, we would have to maybe discuss offline. What do we want from Lavarian?
Yeah, because I'm confused now. I thought we were going to fight because he was a bad dude.
But he doesn't seem like a bad dude.
I know.
Well,
He seems like a dude whose goals are aligned with ours. And if his frost giant was just trying to be tough for the orcs and isn't like, after we get our Laravella, we're going to come take over every other place too, then, you know.
Coral's not really looking for anything from him. It's more of a Nyogi are bad, so we'll help this guy, and maybe that's the end of it.
Oh, I think Tara is definitely going to want something. Now, what that is, I'm not necessarily sure, because what she would want more than anything is probably place for people in World 83 to
Sure.
live. If they wanted to leave that world, then for a safe place for them to live. So that's it.
Yeah.
we will find out next time what you're going to try to negotiate, if anything. Maybe you just request permission to help and maybe see how he thinks you could be helpful.
And a duchy. We would like a duchy as well.
A duchy, right, of course.
Let's be
Yes.
Duchess.